OK, all over the back pages this morning, Fabio Capello saying that England can still win the World Cup. Is he deluded? Is that the attitude that you want? At Sky Charlotte, at Eamon Holmes, news@sky.com. Let us know your prediction for the game today. And indeed, if you're from Slovenia, let us know what you think your chances are against England as well. Front pages of the papers. What else have you got, Charlotte?
Thanks, Eamon. Well, MPs are going to be debating the government's budget in the Commons today. The government's defending its decision to raise VAT to 20% as unavoidable. Our political correspondent Neil Patterson is in Westminster. And Neil, how lively is this debate expected to be today?
Well, I certainly imagine there'll be a number of people.
With that, we'll take a look at the front pages of the papers. We go to the Daily Telegraph first of all. Lots of photographs. And now let's get an update of what else is happening news-wise. And then we've got John Gaunt, and John Gaunt's going to ask where Gordon Brown is these days. Matter of fact, you're going to tell us. You're going to tell us exactly where he is.
Yeah. We found him at last.
OK, don't tell us any more until Charlotte brings us the rest of the news.
Thanks, Eamon. MPs will debate today the government's emergency budget in the Commons. The government's defending its plans to raise VAT to 20%.
OK, here come the newspapers. Stand by for your reaction to these stories. And it's a big welcome to John Gaunt, who we always love to see. John, and where is Gordon Brown?
Well, where is Gordon Brown? I tell you, when my children were young, they loved those Where's Wally book, and you had to spot where Wally was in the crowd. Well, the biggest Wally in Britain, we've been looking for him for ages. We found him. He's in his constituency with a load of school kids yesterday. Where he should have been, of course, is in the Commons.
Why should he have been in the Commons?
Well, clearly he's now a backbench MP. He's no longer the leader of the Labour Party. Harriet Harman stood up and had a go at the coalition, and that's her job, and good luck to her. But he should have been there as well, shouldn't he? A lot of people would say Gordon Brown is responsible for a large part of the mess we're in. He should have stood up and been there to defend himself if, as Harriet Harman did, to say that these charges against him are false.
You know, does this reek of what? Sulking or running away?
It's sulking, it's depression, it's being a chicken, it's being a coward. He's got a reputation for being the invisible man, always disappearing, even when he was the Chancellor at the critical times. And he's done it again. And also, he's getting paid over £1,000 a week as a constituency MP. He should be in Parliament. There is no excuse.
But he could be doing constituency work, couldn't he?
Well, he could be. But why hasn't he been in Parliament since he got voted out of his miserable office? It's an absolute outrage. If he doesn't want to be an MP anymore, resign. OK, what do you think about the Gordon Brown situation? Indeed, Gordon Brown, what do you think about John Gaunt's assessment? Do let us know. News@sky.com. You can tweet us at Eamon Holmes, at Sky Charlotte. We go to The Sun. Law won't let judge jail pedo for longer. Why not? Yeah, this is a terrible story. This is, it says here in The Sun, one of the worst paedophiles in criminal history was given a fresh jail sentence yesterday as a judge voiced fears it was not long enough. His name's Joseph McColgan. He's 68. He repeatedly raped his children and whipped them. He got put away for a total of 238 years. He only served 9. He came out. He wasn't meant to travel. He went to Ireland, started downloading and distributing indecent pictures.
Why is he out after 9 if he was jailed for 238?
Because this is soft on crime, soft on the causes of crime. Britain, we need to change. We need to go now to a situation like they have in America, where these sentences run. This man should never see the light of day again. And even the judge in this case says this. He says, upon your release, I very much hope you are supervised to the highest possible level. If not, children will continue to be at serious risk. The public expects someone like you to be locked up for a considerable time, but he couldn't lock him up for any longer than another 9 months, I think. He's gone down for, now 12 months he's gone down for. I mean, the bottom line is, let's change the law. Perverts like him, he's had more than one chance. He should never be released. Why on earth are we playing a form of Russian roulette with our children? This man will come out again and he'll offend again.
Talking about children, this is Colchester General Hospital we're talking about in this next story. And when mothers and parents lose children, in particular, I think this is newborn or miscarried babies, that sort of thing. Here's a woman called Michelle Taylor. She wanted to set up a support group.
Yeah, seems like a nice woman to me. She wanted to set up a support group, give out packages to mothers and fathers who are in this position. And she called the babies angels. You know, this is people, as you say, who've had miscarriages or stillborn births. The hospital turned around in politically correct Britain and said, you cannot use the word angel to describe these babies, because people who are don't have a religion or are secular, and people who have a different religion to the Christian faith may not understand the term angel, and they may find it offensive. how the hell, if I'm allowed to say that in politically correct Britain, how the hell can the term angel be defined in that way? We know what this lady's trying to do. How would anyone, or would anyone, be offended? Of course they wouldn't. And now all this good work is being undone. The lady is very angry, and I don't blame her. It's just another example of, you know, the PC police. And let's hope this coalition government get rid of this nonsense, this absolute garbage, because it's ruining our country.
We move on to a cartoon in the Times, and this is about the football.
Yeah, it's a great one, this is. This is in the Times. England are even rubbish at being bad, because there's a picture behind of Capello and John Terry, and he's behaving himself at last. And then on the front cover of the paper they're reading, it says, French mutiny a national disgrace. As you've been reporting, the French have been sent home economy class. They've already arrived back in France. And this is making the point that we can't even get the revolt right. I mean, it was amazing. I was watching Adam Bolton on Sunday, an amazing press conference with John Terry, where suddenly he obviously went off message. And obviously there's a lot of trouble there. Today we've all got to get behind the team. I'm 100% on that. We will win today and we will go on. But we have got to ask the idiots who run the Football Association, why on earth did they give a Capello before the World Cup? They took out the clause where they could have sacked
Although I
him.
still think Capello's obviously a very, very good manager. But why anybody justify £6 million a year?
Yeah,
I mean,
and not only that, when he leaves, if he fails to win the World Cup, he'll get a big payoff. I wish I could get a job like that.
Results-based, shouldn't it?
Of course it should. The same with the team as well. And that's the problem with the team. They're being paid so much money. Now playing for England, they hardly get anything else on top.
No
even
money
if they're on
unless
100
they
grand.
win. What about that?
Well, no, I'll be with you on that one, 100%. But you've got to remember, these guys are earning 150 grand a week. How the hell do you motivate them? And they're not proud of that shirt. There's a few who are, but not enough of them.
I'm motivated now that Charlotte's now our football expert on the programme with everything. It's super.
Took me ages to go through all that.
What I find amazing is that tattoo she's had done as well. With the 3 lions. Incredible. Thanks for showing me.
I'm proud to
Where are we watching the game today, Charlotte? That's the thing that we've got to decide.
I'll be in Leicester Square watching it.
Will you?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to a pub today. We're doing a show from a pub. And that's where you've got to be. On a game like this, do or die, you need to be in a pub. I'm not suggesting you need to get drunk, but you definitely need the big screen, big pub atmosphere. So I'm going to be in the centre of Leicester Square, really giving it large. And we are going to do it, aren't we?
There you go.
Eamon, you haven't answered.
Now you know where not to go.
You haven't answered. Are we going to do it?
I think come the big stage, big occasion, you could bottle it. Big time. Absolutely.
What do you reckon, Charlotte?
I think we're going to do it. Of course
we're going to do it. Of course we're going to do it.
Well, I hope you do. I hope you do. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you do. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Right, John will be back in an hour's time. I would like you to do it, but I'm not convinced. Right, John got back in an hour's time. Psychology with the England football team today. Sports psychologist Amanda Owens is with me now. I'm looking just at, here's an example of one of the headlines we've got today. It says, Fabs Madford. I said we'd win, and we will, and I'm not crazy, says Fabio Capello. Does this man need your help?
I think the England team need to focus this afternoon and really pull together as a unit. And the key players within the team, and Capello needs to really enable the players to play to their potential, basically, and not play with fear. Is there a particular man in that England squad that you would like to get your hands on, so to speak? Quite a few people would like to. That you could bring the best out of. I think Rooney and indeed the captain here, Gerrard, but also it's looking at the players really. As pointed out there, and a lot of that people are saying that they're maybe too frightened of the coach. But fear can be a good thing. But is that divide line between motivating them, him motivating them, and him scaring them off? Well, I think, you know, fear can be a good thing, but unfortunately we're not playing with the flair and creativity and the sort of fluidness that England are renowned for. So this afternoon it's important that they don't play with fear, they play with confidence, they're focused, and that the atmosphere and the actual support network's in place for them to be able to be free to play at their best. Now, for instance, in previous World Cups, I know Uri Geller, for instance, believes that you can communicate confidence to the team as supporters. Do supporters like Charlotte and Lucy there, do they have a role to play? Is there anything that they can actually transmit to these players today? I think it's very important that we as a nation get behind the team, that the supporters make a lot of noise, that we support the team and fully back the team, as you know Capello is, and indeed you know the nation is at the moment. Right. Well, I hope you're right, Amanda. Do you fancy a win today? I think so, yes.
No, that's not very positive from a psychologist, is it?
We will win.
I think
we will
so.
Win. We will win.
That's it. That's the attitude. That's the way it is. Let's now take you via satellite live to Wimbledon, where the championships are going on, the lawn tennis championship. Thanks, Jackie. Right, Lucy, I've got a problem. The weather looks good this afternoon. I am free to watch the football, but I've got nobody to make me a barbecue. What? Any?
Are you suggesting me?
No, well, whatever. Anybody would volunteer. Good day for a barbecue?
It's a brilliant day for a barbecue. And you know what? I had so many tweets yesterday about the hot weather. People's iPads were shutting down because it was so hot. Apparently, they shut down at 35 degrees.
Really?
Yes, it's true, apparently. It's not going to be 35 degrees today, but we did get 28 degrees yesterday, and we could expect the same today. 28 or 29 degrees the highest.